Imagine leaving everything behind for a promise of a better life, only to realize that the grass is not always greener on the other side. Today, we're diving into Miles Away from Home, starring the incredible Bimbo Ademoye and Temini Agbuson. It's a story about the lengths we go for the ones we love, the pain and frustration of poverty, and persistence that births result. Before we get into the chaos, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more captivating Nollywood stories. Our story begins with Deji, played by Temini Agbuson, who was living a very difficult life. He had a grandmother to cater for and a not-so-responsible younger brother. After so many failed attempts to get a job, with the drive to get medicine for his grandma and give her a better life, he shuffles between multiple jobs. He works as a gardener, a clothes washer, then takes another job in a construction site. His girlfriend, a very understanding young lady, would cook for him, pray for him, and even encourage him that everything was going to be fine. Deji will take solace in conversations like this, fighting life and going against all odds. He was at work one day when he received a call that his grandma's sickness had gotten worse. He rushed home, and on getting home, he saw his grandmother's leg in a very bad condition and had to rush to a chemist to get the drugs. But when he got there, the man said he didn't have the drug. Then he went to his boss to ask for an advance payment, but then his boss shunned him off and didn't give him the money he needed for his grandmother's drugs. At this time, he had hit rock bottom. Then he thought to go to his girlfriend, hoping she would be of help. But when he got there, he saw her greeting off another man. He asked who he was, and the lady said he was a friend. Deji tried to ask further questions, but then his girlfriend, Farida, started shouting and they had an argument. She claimed that the money Deji was giving her was not enough for her to maintain herself. This broke Deji, as Farida was the comfort that was holding him together. He went straight to his boss at the construction site to ask him for the money. On getting there, his boss was generous enough to give him the money. Deji rushed quickly to take care of his grandmother. His boss had earlier asked him if he would like to work in another country for a better pay. He started considering the job as Farida had already let go of him, but then he decided to go back to see her and have a proper conversation. But then Farida finally broke up with him, and right there he made up his mind that he was going to take the job in the other country. He went home and said farewell to his grandmother. They both had a dearing moment as he left for the new city to get a better life for himself and his family. When he got to the new country, the job wasn't as he had expected. He had a very harsh boss that was ready to issue a fine at the slightest mistake. Just then, he made a deduction from the man's salary because he brought Deji to the staff quarter before bringing him to the boss. Deji started working the next day. All day, he was diligent at his work. He was now walking at the lounge when his eyes met a beautiful lady, Mariam, a fine young lady who works at the reception. When he finished work that day, he was outside at night because the heat was unbearable. And then came Mariam. She offered Deji to come to her room, and she made a disclaimer that she was only trying to save him from the mosquitoes. They started their friendship from that night and got to know each other. The next day, Deji resumed for work, but he soon got into trouble with the boss because he was using his phone on duty. Fortunately, Mariam came to his rescue by informing the boss he had a guest and Mr. Pascal had to leave. Time went by and the two grew closer. Deji shares his dream of working in an agricultural firm and eventually owning one. On hearing this, Mariam started acting weird, and as it seems, she was either keeping a secret or running away from her past. Deji found that suspicious, but he didn't push further. Meanwhile, amongst the staff, rumors have been flying around that Deji and Mariam are having an affair. Mr. Pascal wasn't at all pleased with the news. He started being extremely mean towards Deji. He gave him a task one day which almost took his life. He got admitted to the hospital and got worried about paying the bills. Not long after, Mariam came in and settled the bill. Soon, Deji got released from the hospital and they soon returned to the quarters. While in the room, a conversation sprung up and Mariam began to open up about her past. Apparently, she was the daughter of a very rich man. Her mom died, and soon after, her dad remarried. This got her very angry, and she packed her bags and went far away from home. She came to a strange country to start a business, but then she got scammed, and after selling all she had, she started working at the hotel she lodged at. Deji felt so sorry for her and started to understand her, but then he advised her to go back home and make up with her dad. The next day, Mariam offered to take him on a tour around the city since he was on a sick leave anyway. They went and had a nice time. The next day, Deji was at the quarters when Mr. Pascal came to ask him to get back to work immediately. That same day, Mariam was in the kitchen during lunch when Mr. Pascal came in and started harassing Mariam. Deji was nearby and he confronted the boss. They both had an argument and the boss stormed out of the kitchen, almost leaving Deji flat on the ground. While Mariam was grateful for the way Deji stood up for her, she requested that he never confronted the boss again, as she wouldn't want him to lose his job. Later that day, it was late at night. The boss came into the quarters and requested that everyone got out of their room. He informed them that he was looking for his gold wristwatch and everyone should bring out their bags. After so much search, the watch was found in Deji's bag. The boss immediately fired him and told him to leave, else he'll land in prison. That night, he packed his bag and said farewell to Mariam. Deji now returned back home. On getting home, his grandma and brother welcomed him, and his grandma told him how she was proud of him. 2 months later, we see Deji. He's now back to his old life, but this time he made a choice not to give up on his dream of working in an agricultural firm. He made up his mind to send at least 50 mails every day to the agricultural companies, and he hopes that one of them will one day give him a response. Just while he was at it, we hear a knock on the door. A small boy comes in and tells Deji that he has a visitor and that the visitor came with a luxurious car. In doubt and surprise, he went out to see who it was. He thought to himself as he didn't know anyone who would have such a car. On getting outside, he was surprised to see Mariam. She had reconciled with her dad, who is the CEO of a renowned agricultural firm. Deji was so shocked and mesmerized by her beauty that he couldn't even move near her. He later got a hold of himself, and the two of them hugged. He introduced her to his grandma and his brother, and they all went inside. Few days later, Deji was at his working when he received an invite for an interview. Apparently, Mariam had revamped his resume when she came earlier. He was so excited as he quickly left to prepare for the interview. While at the interview, we see Mariam walk into the office. To our surprise, her dad is the CEO of the firm Deji had come to for an interview. She put in good works for him and he got the job. And that brings us to the end of the movie, Miles Away from Home. What would you have done in Mariam's shoes? Would you go to look for a poor man you met in a faraway land when you are now back home and rich? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this recap, give us a thumbs up, join our community by subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. To enjoy the full movie, head over right now to Bimbo Adamoye TV on YouTube to experience every single moment.